What's up, friends? It's Harrison here, and today we're going to be talking about online dating. As a recently single man, I have dabbled my way into dating apps on my phone, but then I quickly dabbled my way out, and I wanted to kind of discuss that. So I downloaded 3 apps. So I downloaded Tinder, I downloaded Her, and I downloaded Grindr. And I kind of wanted to talk about those apps, their kind of features, and how a trans man really navigates that or doesn't navigate that. First, we're going to talk about Tinder. So Tinder, everybody probably knows what that is. And they've actually opened up a few features that you can put your gender identity. You can put your trans man, you can put your trans woman, you can put your non-binary, and that's great. I think that's great that they opened that up for people. But there's one part of that app that really kind of just contradicts all of that. It's like, okay, so you get to pick who you are, you get to put your gender identity, you're represented, great. And then the next step is, how do you want to swipe as? So Tinder is an app where you put you're either interested in men or you're interested in women. You don't put that you're interested in trans men, non-binary people. So that kind of contradicts that whole thing where you're like, oh wow, inclusion, but then you're just like, oh, I can only swipe for men and women. So for me, I put I was a trans man, but then they asked me, what do you want to be swiped as? And that was tough for me because I didn't necessarily want to be swiped in the men's section because I didn't really have to explain like, oh yeah, I'm a pre-transition trans man and like go into all that detail, because I feel like if a straight girl was just swiping for men, it would be a little bit confusing and I didn't really want to deal with that. So I was like, okay, well I might as well just put myself in the women's side and have a disclaimer on it. So in my bio, I did trans guy / hockey player, cool original, what a loser. Yeah, so I did that. Nobody questioned it. But yeah, so just simply swiping for men and women, I think that that's kind of something that Tinder, if they want to open their app up to LGBTQ audiences in a really great way, I think they need to kind of expand on that. I don't know, that's something that I didn't like with Tinder, and I was like, okay, well, this isn't really for me. So I switched on to an app called Her. So obviously it's her, female pronoun, mostly an app for lesbians and bisexual women. And I thought that maybe because I'm on the LGBTQ umbrella, it would be great. And I saw there's a bunch of trans guys on there too. It's fine, like you can put that you're trans on that app as well. You can write in your bio that you're transgender. It's open for that. They don't discriminate against you at all. But sometimes I feel like there's not really a place for you on that app. Trans people are often left out of the narrative of a lot of situations. People don't really think of us as much. It sucks. It does. It really does. And I feel like dating and dating apps are definitely something that trans people are left out of. But yeah, so these dating apps kind of made me feel more dysphoric. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm not feeling very confident here, and I don't think I'm gonna find anybody, so that's why I deleted it. I've talked about dating actually quite a bit in this channel, but for the most part, actually for the entirety of this channel, I had been in a relationship, and I was talking about being in a relationship and dating and finding somebody. And it's easier said than done, and it's easier to talk about it when you're with somebody and to talk about kind of like your path to finding somebody when you have somebody. Like, I'm not saying that I'm sad or anything. Like, I would like to have a partner. I think it would be really nice. But that being said, I'm ready to start a new relationship. And it's very frustrating right now. So something that started to get me not really down, but just kind of think about my situation, was that when I identified as a lesbian, I used to still have trouble. And because I identified as a butch lesbian, I was more on the masculine side. So when I found that sometimes when I was interested in somebody, I'm usually interested in feminine girls and femmes or whatever you like to call them. I found that sometimes, the majority of the time they were interested in other people that were feminine, and I just didn't fall into that category. And it was often frustrating, and I used to think, oh, it'd be so nice to just be feminine, because people would want to be with me in a way. But I know that's wrong. I know that you should never change yourself to be more desirable, but for somebody, there's somebody out there that desires you just the way you are. It's sometimes difficult to kind of go by that. But yeah, just kind of being back in the dating scene is kind of bringing back all those kind of old feelings of, oh, it'd be nice if I was just a feminine girl. Even though that's not who I am. But yeah, I think a huge thing of dating comes with confidence. Dating is scary. Putting yourself out there is scary. The fear of rejection is scary. Nobody wants to go through that. It's a terrible feeling. And I've had a few situations where I've held back, and I look back on it and I kind of am like, what was I doing? Like, I could have, like, who cares? What if she says no? Great, then I know. But what if she said yes? What if she said yes? I want to be more brave. That's what I think this whole video is. Just be more brave, put myself out there, have the confidence that I'm a great person, I'm a great catch, and anyone would be lucky to have me as a partner. And I think that that's something that if I felt that way, then I could put myself out there more confidently. So this is my video to get more confidence, and I hope that this can kind of be the same thing for you. If you're feeling a little bit dejected, if you're feeling like, oh man, like dating's tough. Like I haven't had any luck on any of my dating apps, or nobody's come up to me at the bar. Hey, I didn't have any luck with my dating apps, and nobody comes up to me at the bar. So it doesn't make me any less of a great person. Just means that I maybe have to take the reins in this. For trans masculine people, or masculine people in general, I think we're kind of like dealt the short stick with dating, that most people don't make the first moves on us. So that kind of sucks. I wish that it was the other way around, because I think it'd be a little bit easier for us, but it's not. We're gonna have to make that first move, or society's gonna have to shift their views. But yeah, so this is my pack to be more confident, put myself out there. If I like someone, tell them. You never know what happens. You never know. So anyways, like this video if you hate dating apps. If you wanna follow me on any of my social medias, they're down below, and I will see you next time. All right, take care.